race for the title seemingly over. Attention is focused to, of course, the top 4 spots in the race for the Champions League. Who's in control? Who's not? We'll take a little look next. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we're taking a look at match number 32, I think, in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe and get bang out there. All things Blackburn Rovers related, Premier League related, football related, we get it all here, boys. Under Wild Rooski. That's right, of course, Manchester City lead the charge, 14 points clear over Manchester United in second, of course, but that's not the race we're talking about. The race for top 4 is starting to get interesting with, of course, I don't know, all the way down to 7th, maybe even 8th, or yeah, probably even down to 8th. I've got an outside chance, of course, for top 4 football next season. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are, the VIP Band of Brothers. Thank you for your continued support. But anyway, let's take a look at that race. But first and foremost, by visiting our predictions from last round, which was, of course, Easter weekend. So here we go, boys. Of course, a couple of little surprises, including this first one. 5-2 demolition for West Bromwich Albion over bloody Chelsea. Goodness gracious me. Tuchel's boys having a nightmare. Pulisic getting a goal, opening up nice and early before Thiago could get himself sent off, which completely changed the spectrum of the game. Of course, Mason Mount got a late one for Chelsea. But goals from Matthews Pereira, Callum Robertson, of course, Mbangi Degangi getting the goals for, of course, West Brom. 5-2 win, give them a bit of belief at the foot of the table, perhaps. Kicking off forward, Leeds United did take care of business against Sheffield United, 2-1 win in the end, and I got the one bang on the nose. Jack Harrison, Phil Jagielka with a big fat OG, Ben Osborne getting a consolation goal for Sheffield United, but of course, not good enough. Of course, big one, of course, Leicester City against Manchester City, and there was a 2-0 win for Manchester City, of course, champions-elect. Benjamin Mendy, of course, Gabriel Jesus giving them the win, 2-0 for them, 2-2 for me. Arsenal gets Fulham, and there was, what am I looking at here? Arsenal gets Fulham. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? What am I looking at here? Meanwhile, Aston Villa. That's right. Aston Villa took care of business against Fulham. 3-1 win in the end. Alexander Mitrovic got Fulham in the lead on that one. 61st minute before Trezeguet breaks, giving Villa complete control before Ollie Watkins wrapped it up with a 3-1 win in favour of Aston Villa, which dented Fulham's survival hopes. Meanwhile, Southampton took care of business against Burnley. Thank heavens for that. 3-2 win in the end, despite Burnley going 2-0 up on this one through Chris Wood and Mitrovic as well. Armstrong, Danny Ings, of course, Nathan Redmond getting the goals, so of course Southampton to give them a bit of a boost, and of course put Burnley in a bit of trouble. Next, of course, Spurs, they did only muster the draw, that's right, against the Geordies, that's right, 2-2 in the end. Goodness gracious me, again, 2-0, was it 2-1 lead? Harry Kane with the brace, of course, Joe Linton, of course, just a Whittler getting the equaliser to give Newcastle a bit of a fight, of course, 3-0 for me, shame on me. Arsenal did lose to, of course, Liverpool, 3-0, final score 2-1 for me. Goals coming from, who was it? It's Diogo Jota with a couple of goals there, Mohamed Salah as well, to make a comfortable win for Liverpool. Meanwhile, Man United did beat Brighton, 2-1 win despite going behind. Who was the goal scorers on that one? That was actually Danny Welbeck on the 30th minute for Rashford and Greenwood, of course, combined to give United the 3 points. Meanwhile, Everton gets past, ended up as a 1-1 draw. That's right, 2-1 for me. Goals coming from, who was it? That was on Monday, wasn't it? Goals coming from, I think it's Rodriguez, yep, and Michi Batshuayi get the goals for, of course, Crystal Palace. 2-1 win for me, but shame on me. Of course, Wolves did get humbled by, of course, West Ham United. Look very, very good at the moment. 3-2 win for the Hammers. Goals coming from Lingard, Fornells and Bowen. Give him a 3-0 lead before Dendonok and Fabio Silva, but kind of made it a little bit interesting, but unfortunately not good enough in the end. He got myself, 5 out of 10? Which is pretty good. What about you guys? We'll take a look at you in a minute. Of course, the table looks like this. Of course, 14-point clearance for City at the moment over United, who are 4 points clear over Leicester City, who, of course, 4 points clear over West Ham United, who are just 1 point clear over Chelsea. Then there's Spurs, Liverpool and Everton still in the mix. Of course, Everton, long distance attempt maybe, of course, got a game in hand as well to close in on those. But, of course, it is very interesting then. Of course, down the foot of the table, big couple of games this week. Of course, Burnley not out of the woods just yet. It could get very, very spicy over the next few days. Of course, Newcastle taking on Burnley this coming weekend. We'll take a look at that in a minute. A big shout out to you guys. Let's get into it then, shall we? Criteria, bish bash bosh, you know the deal. Joachim Jackson did pretty shit, mate. You did shit. Okay, Charlie Hunt also did shocking. Austin also did poop. Shane O'Donnell did bits. Well done to you, of course. Georgie Guys also did very well. AJ24 not too bad. He did poop actually. Giving you a free clap there. OJ52 did poop. Yeah, okay. Yannick Buster did crap. Matt Gunn also did bits. Tom Stainer, well done to you, of course. Ryan Long also did crap. Adrian Washington, coolest name in town, but he did poop. Okay, didn't do okay. Omar Esquivel, well done to you, of course. Ricky W also did okay. Ollie Ham Gambling did poop. Russell Frost, well played. Of course, Ultra Omamia also did shite. Mr. J didn't do okay. Roberto Hoss also did good. Aston Villa Seal did shocking. Meanwhile, Legless Good did good. Vince Long also did very well. Looking Good Generation also did very well. Of course, Game Charlie did bits. Barcelona is not too bad. Of course, Alex Bella also did shite. Mr. Ross also did poop. IJUD also did gas. And James BSFD, oh great, you did okay. Yeah, for the MPB, not too bad. Of course, Magic Monday also did good. Kosuke, he's okay. Paxton Ritchie, not too bad. Of course, Lee 21 also did poop. Janik Saifi did absolutely banging. Well done to you. Of course, Zam Wright Reese, year 5 did poop. Of course, B.S. Suckerman also did ghastly. Alison Crane, he did shite. And of course, Hansworth also did bits. Achman Sochi, fair play to you. Of course, not too bad as well. Irish Stringer did tremendous, of course. Well played. Of course, Mark Chapman also did poop. Austin SMB did okay. I think, is that it? It is. Whoa. Computer is lagging because it's such a big ass league. Cody Go, don't even look at it. As for the chasing pack, the Kingpins, it is Yannick Zyfeeder. Of course, is Ivan Stringer. Kicking ass and taking names with 8 out of 10. Hansworth not too far away either. On Magic Monday, Costas K. And of course, the chasing bloody pack. But what's that done to the overall table? Of course, these are the actual scores, not percentages. It's the scores on the board. And as you can see, it is very, very tight. Of course, 10 points separate first from 8th. Of course, with Gaming Charlie bringing up the rear, cheeky. Then, of course, Gaming Charlie, Shane O'Donnell not too far away either. It is still wide open. There's still quite a lot of points on the agenda. And believe it or not, it's quite a tight division. But there you go. There you know. Hansworth, Costas K, and, of course, Vincent Song. 7 points separate you from top. Yeah, for VMPP with a 2-point clearance at the moment over Ahmed Sochi at the top of the table. Of course, still early days. Still got plenty left to play for. So let's get into it, of course, taking a look at the next round of matches. That'll kick off this coming Friday. Kicking off with Fulham against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Big game for Fulham, of course, as they try to get away from the old drop zone. Of course, place of the last 6, 1 for Fulham, 4 for Wolves. Of course, 1 draw. Last time around at Craven Cottage was a 1-1 draw back in December. Boxing Day 2018. Ryan Sessegnon on the score sheet. Roman Sace on the score sheet. Of course, Wolves in a 1-1 draw. Also, place of this season at Molineux was back in, of course, October. 1-0 win for Wolves. Fulham actually lost the last 3 home matches in the Premier League and also conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches. Coming into this, Wolves without a win in 5, of course. Mill just 1 win the past 6. That one was against Liverpool. Big win as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Fulham 7-5 for the victory. Of course, 21-10 is your draw. 11-5 is your Wolves. Wolves currently find themselves in 14th, but a win for them, they can move up to 12th. Fulham are actually in 18th, but a win for them, they can move up to 17th. Oh yeah, with a bit of lady luck going their way. And they're going to get the lady luck on my end. 2-1 win for them to get them moving the chains. Next, of course, Manchester City against Leeds United. Of course, champions-elect probably will play a weakened side, perhaps, because it's going easy peasy for them. Played Leeds the last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 draws last time around. Of course, in the league. Was in the Premier League, and of course it was back in Manchester. It was a 1-1 draw back in December 2003. Goal scorers on the day: Anton Zibierski and of course Mike Viduka. Goodness gracious me. They also played each other though this season at Elland Road. It was a 1-1 draw for, of course, for everybody. Man City though winning 18 last 19 matches in the Premier League, scoring at least 2 goals in 5 last 6 matches as well. Coming into this, though, Leeds without a defeat in 3. Back-to-back wins as well. Meanwhile, City, of course, at least 5 games. Winning run is probably way more than that. Of course, bookies odds 92-1 for the victory. 11-2 is your draw. 11-1 is your Leeds United. Leeds and United come into this in 11th. With them, they can move up to 9th. Of course, City are top and they'll be top no matter what. They'll get the win with a 3-0 win comfortably in the end. Here we go. Then kicking off forward. Liverpool up against Aston Villa. Played the last 6. 4 for Villa. Sorry, 2 for Liverpool. 4 for sorry, mate. Sorry. 4 for Liverpool. 2 for Villa. I can't keep up my words. Of course, last time they played each other though at Liverpool was of course July 2022. 2-0 win for Liverpool. It was back in the day. Sadio Mane and Curtis Jones, of course. And they also played each other this season at Villa Park in the league. 7-2 win for Aston Villa. That's right. Do we want to say that again? 7-2 win.
7-2 win. 7-2 win in Aston Villa.
Yes, it was. Of course, Liverpool have actually lost the last 6 home matches over in the Premier League. Failed to score 6 last 7 as well. But maybe the tide has turned. Of course, Liverpool winning 3 in the spin in all competitions, including Champions League against Leipzig, beating Wolves, and of course beating Arsenal. As for Villa, just 1 win in the past 5. That one was against Fulham just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Of course, Liverpool actually 2-1 on for the victory. 7-2 is your draw. 5-1 is your Villa on this one. Villa coming into this in 9th, but with them they can move up to 8th. Of course, Liverpool are 7th, and with them they can move up to 4th. Oh yes, indeed. They'll get the win as well. 2-0 win over Aston Villa to give them hope. Crystal Palace up against, of course, Chelsea, who need a bit of a response. These two sides played each other the last 6, been 6-6 for Chelsea, including the 3-2 win last round at Selhurst Park back in, of course, July 2020. Lockdown, Giroud, Pulisic, and Abraham on the score sheet, Zaha, Benteke on the score sheet, of course, Palace back last season. Also played each other this season at Stamford Bridge was a 4-0 win for Chelsea back in, of course, October. Palace are keeping a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 home matches and undefeated in the last 5 on the road. They're coming into this, though, Chelsea on the back of that 5-2 loss against West Brom at home. Meanwhile, on the flip side, just one defeat the past 6 games for Palace, have them daydreaming again with, of course, Roy Hodgson in charge. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Of course, 32 for Crystal Palace, 14-5 is your draw, 50-8 on is your Crystal as your Chalice. Chelsea are in 5th and win for them, make a move up to 4th. Of course, Palace are in 12th and win for them, make a move closer to 11th place. Leeds going to go with a 2-1 for Chelsea to get back to winning ways. Here we go. 6-pointer if I ever did see one. Come on, bloody the Geordies. Played to the last 6-1 for Burnley, 3 for Newcastle. Of course, 2 draws last round at Turmoil was the one they win for the Freaks. Of course, that was back in December 2019 with Chris Wood getting them on a goal for Burnley. Also, pretty sure that this is at St James's Park back in, of course, October 3-1 win. St Maximum, of course, Callum Wilson with the brace. Ashley Westwood with a one goal for Burnley. Burnley, though, drawing the last 5 home matches in the Premier League, whereas Newcastle actually failed to score in the last 7 last 9 matches on the road. They've also lost 8 last 10 matches on the road as well. They're coming into this, though, drawing specialists, drawing 4 of the past 5 games only, and they did lose to Brighton in amongst all that. As for Burnley, just won in the past 6 games. That was against Everton a couple of games back on the road. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Burnley 65 on for the victory, Force 5-2 is your away win, 11-5 is your draw. Of course, a win for the Geordies in 17th. They could go up to 16th. Goodness gracious me, with 33 points. Of course, Burnley in 15th. A win for them. I think they are out of it, and they could go up as high as 13th in the table. Unfortunately for Burnley, I'm back in the boys. I'm back in the tune on this one with the 2-1 win, as of course desperation matters, because if they lose, they could get in the drop zone on this match day. Next, of course, West Ham United, who are in 4th, against Leicester, who are in 3rd. Played to the last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 draws last round at London Stadium. Of course, 2-1 win for Leicester back in, of course, December 2019. Kauchi Ichinaccio, of course, Demiari Gray as well. Pablo Fernell's going to go, of course, West Ham back in the day. Also played to this season in Leicester, King Power Stadium back in, of course, October. 3-0 for the Hammers, Antonio Fornells and Bowen on score sheet. Leicester, though, undefeated in the last 10 away matches in the Premier League, and whereas West Ham have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches at home. Coming into this, though, West Ham kind of hot and cold. 2 wins of the past 5 for them, beating the likes of Leeds and also Wolves. As for Leicester, just 1 defeat past 5. That 1 defeat was against Manchester City just the other day. Difficult one, this one. Bit of a difficult. Play to the last, the bookies odds, 50-8 for West Ham, 25 is your draw, 29-20 is your Leicester. Of course, a win for the Hammers in 4th. They could close it in on Leicester to just 1 point. As for a win for Leicester in 3rd, they could close it into 1 point of Manchester United as well. Going to go with a 2-0 win for the Hammers. Believe in the boys, believe in the project, believe in the boys. Next, of course, Spurs up against Mourinho. Sorry, it's the Mourinho Spurs up against, of course, Ollie's Man United. Of course, played to the last 6, of course, 2 wins for Tottenham, of course, 3 for United, of course, 1 draw last round in London, of course, or wherever they play their game. Fancy Pants Stadium was a 1-1 draw back in, of course, June 2020. Also played this season, of course, at Old Trafford, 6-1 win for, of course, Spurs. Did I say that right?
6-1 win for Spurs last round. 6-1 win at Old Trafford last round.
Of course, Ndombele, Sung Min with a couple of goals there. Harry Kane with the brace, and Sergio Herrera as well, with Bruno opening up scoring for United back in the day. Of course, United keep a clean sheet in 6 of the last 8 away matches in the Premier League. Whereas Tottenham actually on the last 3 matches at home. They come into this, though, just 1 with the past 4 games for Spurs. That was against Villa. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 5 for United. That wasn't defeat, it was against Leicester in the FA Cup. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Spurs come into this 90-10 for the victory scores. 7-5 is your United, of course, 12-5 is your draw. Spurs are in 6th, and win for them, they can move up to 4th. That's right. Win for United in 2nd. They can close it in on 1st place, Manchester City. But they won't. They're going to lose this one. Mourinho will get another one. 2-1 win over United. Here we go. Sheffield United against Arsenal. Last 6, 1 for Sheffield United, 4 for Arsenal, and 1 draw last time around for this fixture. Was back in October 2019. It was a 1 win for Sheffield United. That was last season. Lys Mousset on the goal scoring sheet for Sheffield United. Also played this season down at London Way. 2-1 win for Arsenal back in, of course, October. Saka, Pepe on score sheet with David McGoldrick as well. Sheffield United losing 7 last 8 matches in the Premier League, and also because of these 2 goals in the last 3. What am I looking at here? 4 defeats on the spin for Sheffield United. As for Arsenal, just 1 win in the past 4. That one was against Tottenham, of course, in the North London derby. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 5-1 for Sheffield United, of course, 7-4 on for Arsenal, 3-1 is your draw. Of course, Arsenal are in 10th, and win for them, they can actually go to 9th. As for Sheffield United, 20th, win for them, they can close in on West Brom, but they already look down. 2-1 win for Arsenal on this one. No Wilder, no hope. Then we've got West Bromwich up against Southampton. Played to the last 6-1 for the Baggies, of course, 5 for the Saints. Last round at the Hawthorns in the league was a 3-2 win for Southampton back, of course, February 2018. Ahmed Hangazi, of course, Salman Rondon getting on the goal score sheet for West Brom before, with Lima. Stevens, of course, Ward Prowse on the score sheet for Southampton as they won 3-2. Also, this season down St Mary's, a 2-0 win for Southampton back, of course, October. In the end, Southampton actually lost 6 of the last 7 away matches in the Premier League heading into this, but back-to-back wins for them, beating Bournemouth and, of course, beating Burnley in quick succession, have them dreaming, and also scoring 6 goals in those last 2 games. As for the Baggies, just 1 win in the past 4 games. That 1 win was a big one. 1 though against Chelsea, 7-goal thriller as they came out on top 5-2. As for the bookies odds on this one, 5-2 for West Brom, of course 23-10 is draw, 23-20 is your Southampton. Southampton are in 13th, but with them they can move up to 12th. The Baggies are in 19th, and with them they can close in on Fulham. Oh yeah, gonna go with the Baggies on this one with a 2-1 win at the end. And then wrapping up would be Brighton Hove up against Everton down at the Amex, of course. Played to the last 6. It's been 2 wins for Brighton, 4 for Everton, and no draws. Last time around at Brighton was a 3-2 win for Brighton back, of course, Boxing Day. No, it wasn't. It was, of course, 26th of October 2019. Adam Webster, Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the score sheet for Everton. The Webster was a big fat OG. Then we've got Pascal Gross, Neil Mopé, and of course Lucas Digne, a big fat OG, giving Brighton the win. 94th minute winner. Also, pretty sure that this season at Goodison was a 4-2 win for Everton. Heading into this though, Brighton just what we're looking at here, just 1 defeat past 3 games for them. That 1 defeat was against United. Meanwhile, Everton without a win in 4, losing to Chelsea, losing to Burnley, losing of course City, and of course drawing with Palace. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We've got Brighton 13-10, but the victory, of course, 11-5 is you of Everton, and 23-10 is the draw. Brighton come into this in 16th, but away from them they can move up to 14th. Everton are actually in 8th, and away from them they can move up to 6th. Oh, yes. And I think it's going to be a draw, 2-2 in the end, which will give them a bit of hope. And, of course, if I'm right, which I really hope so, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. Of course, 17-point clearance between City and United, and then it is a 4-point clearance between themselves and Leicester City, of course, and then West Ham United, of course, just 1 point shy. Chelsea, they'll move up to 5th as well, or remain in 5th and still breathing down their neck. Spurs as well, not too far away either, as are Liverpool, as of course it just gets hotter and hotter. Also into the top 10, of course, Sheffield United and West Brom look to be going down at the moment. Fulham, though, to give them a little bit of hope, perhaps. Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? Yes, it is. With the likes of Newcastle, Burnley, and now Brighton's getting all dragged into the mud. And that's what we hope to see. We want to see a nice old relegation battle. That's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best place to do it, brother. We're trying to go mental next season, so hopefully you guys can support the channel behind the scenes by going to the Patreon. Until then, though, see you soon. More pics later on. Until then, I'm out.